For police officers like John Giordano, nothing is more scary or potentially more dangerous than what he showed us.
Another radio check, please, from Birchbank.
Unreadable.
In location after location around Shelton.
I can hear your number, that's about it.
So you're unreadable. Let's say something was happening here and you needed help and you needed to explain what's going on. It doesn't sound like they would really be getting it.
Probably not.
Officers say the police department's radio system has been a major problem.
None of their radios are coming through.
Since the day it was first installed nearly 20 years ago. Ed Dobbins is a Shelton police officer.
You're just on your own and hope for the best outcome, which in today's day and age sometimes isn't that good.
But despite these newspaper headlines, Mayor Mark Loretti tells us that's news to him.
If it's that much of a problem, it certainly hasn't surfaced.
Teammate, however, has obtained a number of police department incident reports and internal memorandums, clearly showing why officers are concerned. Headquarters heard one transmission, but the officers' radios were not receiving, says this report from February. We were unaware of his location and unaware of the fact he was checking out an alarm. The exasperated sergeant writing, "The system has been suffering failures for the past several years. At this point, this has become a serious officer and public safety issue." And then there's this February incident involving the crash of a school bus full of children.
And it was quite an issue at the department of people confused about what actually was occurring.
A sergeant complaining in a memo obtained by Teammate it was almost impossible to transmit with officers through the police radio. There was an extreme amount of static, and if communication using the radios in the patrol cars is bad,
unable to copy that. What was that?
We found the portable radios
3-2 the station.
are even worse.
How did you copy that?
One of the lights lit up, they clicked, and that's all we heard.
When we described all of this to Mayor Loretti, this was his response.
We don't live in a perfect world. They have laptops in their cars where they have contact with the station via the computer.
Obviously, that is not going to help if a police officer is out of his car and gets into a problem.
You could be absolutely right.
The good news, however, is that Shelton has received 2 federal grants totaling $600,000 to replace its antiquated radio system. The bad news is Shelton received those grants 3 years ago, and so far the city has not spent a dime of that money.
What is taking so long?
Well, I think there's a number of things that you could point to.
Including an effort to get a better radio frequency.
They applied for a public safety frequency and said that there are none available in the area, and now they're applying for a waiver, or have applied already for a waiver of that.
But that's not quite true. Teammate has learned the city has not yet appealed to the FCC for a better frequency. In the meantime, repairs to the current antiquated system are sometimes being made with used parts, and officers like Ed Dobbins are concerned that someone is going to get hurt.
We'd like to see the system get fixed for our own safety and the public safety too, because if we can't help ourselves, we surely can't go out and help the public.